All right, what's poppin', listener land? Woo! Before you do anything else, stop scrolling because tonight's conversation might answer questions you or your family member may be too afraid to ask or didn't even know you needed to ask the questions about menopause. I know some of y'all are saying menopause. Yep, menopause. And even if you're not going through menopause, somebody around you, your loved one, a family member, a friend, someone, trust me, is dealing with it or will one day. I need everybody checking in tonight to do me two favors. You know your girl always need a favor. Number one, I need y'all to go into the comments and tell me what city you're checking in from, because we're checking in from Nashville, Tennessee. Woo, Cash. Some of y'all know it as Cashville. And then I need you to go ahead and start tagging your tribe. So go on. Get it started, get it started, get it started. Set it off. Woo, set it off. Yes, we need y'all to set it off. Let them get into the room and get into this conversation. Ladies, tag your mothers, your sisters, your daughters, your best friend, your co-workers, and fellas. I didn't forget about you. Don't scroll past this. Don't scroll past this live. Tag the women you love because understanding creates compassion. Tonight, we're talking about something millions of women experience, yet far too many suffer through it in silence. So, as you're coming on into this room, I need you to hit the share button because somebody's breakthrough could be on the other side of your share. Yeah. Woo, it's a good Monday. Y'all know how I feel about Mondays. Yes, I know y'all probably wondering who's sitting over here on the couch today. I done told y'all to hold your horses. I'm going to get to that. Welcome to the I Am Qiana Scales podcast, where I bring you real talk, real people, and relevant conversations. No gossip, just gems. I'm your host, Qiana Scales. And as always, I'm just trying to help the people help the people. Before we get into tonight's conversation, you know I have to shout out our sponsor, the Closet Experience Boutique, for helping us make conversations like this possible. Confidence doesn't stop with what you know. It also shows up in how you show up, whether you're walking into a boardroom, church, brunch, date night, or simply reclaiming your confidence one outfit at a time. One outfit at a time. Yeah, the Closet Experience knows all about that. So go online, theclosetexperience.com, and we're going to give you 10% off with code podcast. That's PODCAST. The Closet Experience Boutique. What's in your closet? Now, tonight's episode is one that I believe is long overdue. We celebrate pregnancies, we celebrate motherhood, we celebrate birthdays, but when it comes to menopause, so many women are expected to quietly figure it out on their own. The hot flashes, the sleepless nights, the mood swings, the anxiety, the brain fog, the exhaustion, the emotional roller coaster. Sometimes it can feel like your own body has turned against you. But what if what it feels like betrayal is actually your body communicating that it's entering a brand new season? Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on the silence. We're removing the shame. We're answering difficult questions. And most importantly, we're reminding every woman watching that she doesn't have to navigate this journey alone. This isn't just a conversation about hormones. This is a conversation about healing, grace, education, and embracing every season. And I do mean every season of womanhood. Now, before I introduce you to tonight's guest, I want to give you my little two little cent. Y'all know every now and then I want to go and throw my 2 little cent in the game. So I'm about to go and do that. Sometimes I was thinking, as I was producing this episode, I started thinking and I said, sometimes we spend so much time blaming ourselves as women for changes, for those changes that we go through. And then I had to think about it. I was like, that's part of living. Every season requires a different version of us. And that's okay. And our bodies, they go through those changes as well. Like the seasons change, your body changes. And it's okay. Society taught women to celebrate youth but fear aging. That sound crazy, don't it? I'm going to say that again because somebody didn't catch that. Society taught women to celebrate youth but fear aging. I don't believe menopause is the end of womanhood. I believe it's another chapter of it. So listener land, have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't even recognize myself? You just looking in the mirror, it's like, I don't even recognize myself anymore. If that's you, type healing in those comments. Go ahead, let's go on and get this chat started. Go on and type healing in the comments. And fellas, I didn't forget about you. I told you, I got you. If you're watching because you love a woman who is walking through this season, go ahead and type understanding, because that woman needs a little understanding. You know what Escape said? What I need from you is a little understanding. So yes. So I want to also say this tonight. I want to make sure that we are all speaking the same language. You'll probably hear us use the words perimenopause and menopause throughout tonight's conversation. So I kind of want to give you a definition of what those are, just so make sure we're on the same playing field, because this whole conversation is pretty new to me. Over the last maybe, I want to say about 2 years or so, I started hearing these conversations being had on social media in women's conferences that I have been attending. But I'm not going through it or anything, but just learning about it, I'm like, oh wow. So just in case you're tuning in and have no clue of what we're talking about, we don't want you to leave. I'm gonna give you a rundown of it. So a definition of it. So perimenopause is the transition leading up to menopause. During this time, your ovaries gradually produce less estrogen, and that's when many women begin to experience symptoms like irregular periods, hot flashes, night sweats, mood changes, brain fog, trouble sleeping. Ooh, and the one that we all don't want, the weight changes and the shifts in energy. For some women, perimenopause can begin as early as their late 30s or 40s and may last several years. We didn't say 1 year. It said several. Y'all know several means more than 2. Woo! Menopause is officially diagnosed when a woman has gone 12 consecutive months without a menstrual period. At that point, the ovaries have significantly reduced hormone production, and while some symptoms may improve over time, others can continue into the years that follow. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, we're going to learn some stuff tonight. Then there's one that I need to mention. Post-menopause, the stage after menopause. This is the next chapter of a woman's life where symptoms may ease for some women while others continue to experience changes that require ongoing care and attention. Ooh, y'all. Ooh. Well, let me just go ahead and introduce you to our guest, because baby, she done already turned on the fan over here. I don't know if y'all can hear, but baby, she done turned on the fan. Let me go ahead and introduce you. My guest isn't here because she read about menopause in a book. She's living it. She's walking through it. She's learning, growing, adjusting, and refusing to let silence write her story. Tonight, she's choosing transparency over pretending, education over embarrassment, and healing over hiding. She understands that sometimes the strongest women are the women willing to admit they are still figuring things out, because she's willing to have this conversation out loud right here on the I Am Qiana Scales podcast. And another woman may finally realize she's not losing her mind. She's not weak. And she's definitely not alone. Listener land, I need you to flood these comments with them hand clap emojis and show some love and welcome to the blue velvet couch. Latoya Bentley. She's a woman who's turning body betrayal into body awareness and healing. Yes. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey. Ooh, you made it to the couch.
Yes.
It's so funny. We've been running each other. And she keeps saying, you gotta have me on the couch. And as I tell everybody, I know I say this all the time. Everybody gets the same answer from me. You gonna make it to the couch. We got a list.
Yeah.
Now y'all see, she made it. So when I be saying people make it to the couch, I got a whole running list of baby. It's a whole production over here. But you finally made it, and I'm glad you wanted to come and talk about menopause. Because what I tell you, I'm like, I don't really know anything about it, but we gonna have a conversation. I'm not afraid to have the conversation. Right. So you ready to help the people?
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay, come on. So let's start it off like this. Before we go any further, where are you in this journey? Because I just defined the stages of menopause. So where are you in this journey?
Okay. Well, first I want to say thank you for having me on. I'm super excited because I think this is a very important topic because women don't talk about it.
Right.
Okay. That we were taught that it's a secret and you're supposed to be embarrassed, right? So for me, this is going to sound kind of funny. I was in menopause.
Okay.
And then after I went a whole year without a menstrual cycle, I started spotting.
Oh.
So that concerned me. So I'm a researcher. If it's something I don't know, I'm gonna look it up, I'm gonna figure it out, right? Well, the first thing it said is if you bleed after 1 year, immediately call your doctor.
Oh. That's kind of shocking and scary at the same time.
Because it's a sign of cancer, cervical, uterine, or ovarian cancer. And it's a scare. And so I called and I got in within a day.
So you contacted your primary care physician?
No, I contacted my OBGYN.
Okay, OBGYN, okay.
And they immediately got me in because they know how, serious it is. So they did all these tests and ultrasound and checked my uterine lining and all of that stuff and blood tests. And so I ended up going through what's called a hysterectomy. So basically they go in, they do a DNC to clean up your uterus and clean everything up. And to make sure I didn't have like any kind of, because they saw a growth, so they wanted to make sure it wasn't a fibroid or anything that was going to be harmful to me. So everything came back benign, fine. Well, 90 days later, I started bleeding so heavy. I called, they got me in that day. The doctor did a biopsy. That was benign. I ended up having a fibroid. In 90 days, I had a 12, it went from nothing to a 12 centimeter fibroid. Wow. And it put me back in perimenopause.
So it's like it went back, like you kind of went backwards. Is that common? Did they say that was common?
No, he said that it changes with the women. Because when they went in and did that hysterectomy, it told my body I was good to go, and it put me backwards, which was crazy. I know. I was like, we're not doing backwards.
Of course, we're not doing backwards. We're going forward.
So for me, because I don't like to, because I advocate for myself at the doctor's office. I hear what they're saying, but I want to make sure that what they're saying is what's really the truth. Because I know sometimes doctors can they want you to take certain medications or they want you to have certain procedures and do certain things. So I never go into that doctor's office without my own knowledge. So when I went in, I already knew what he was going to say. But I had my questions for him though about what was going to happen next. So now I have to have a hysterectomy, a full hysterectomy.
Oh, wow. So before we get into that, I want to ask you this. When I sent you the episode is titled The Body Betrayal, Hot, Hormonal, and Healing. When you first heard that title, what emotions came up for you? Or what were you thinking when I sent you that title?
You hit it right on the head. Because the hormonal is the biggest thing. Because I'm going to tell y'all, ladies, you feel like you're going through puberty as an adult. Oh, wow. Your hormones are everywhere. I learned so much about the effects that the hormones have on your body. Your bones get soft. There's a period of time that's called the dumping period. I heard you mention about estrogen during perimenopause. Well, also the eggs are they're trying to get rid of the leftover eggs, right? So that's called the dumping period. During that period, your body is susceptible to breaks. Mine absorbed a cyst that was in my wrist and broke all 3 bones. I had to have them removed.
Oh wow.
It deteriorated my hip because I used to be an athlete. So any old injuries that you have,
Mhm.
it attacks those. So I
Mm.
end up having to get a whole new hip.
Oh wow. This is
I had I tripped, mildly tripped over a carpet and broke my foot.
oh
And it took forever to heal.
blink twice if somebody's abusing you. No, I'm just kidding.
So I'm
I'm
telling
like,
you, these things they don't tell you.
right.
So
Mm-mm.
they you read about these things, but then it tells you, but it don't tell you what what affects, like how it affects you.
Mm.
Okay, and so people don't understand that it also takes your tax your mental
And I can believe
wellness.
that's a lot going on. So let's back a minute. So when did you first realize something was changing in your body before all of that? What was the first signs that made you be like, did you ever have like, oh, I just feel off? Like there were any off periods? Like not just your menstrual
Um,
cycles, but were there ever any thing that made you say, oh, something's not right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I started getting hot flashes. That
So
was
the
one,
hot
and I was
flashes.
like, wait a minute, I'm getting hot flashes. And then I started noticing I couldn't remember nothing.
So the brain
And so
fog.
I
Mm-hmm.
wanted them, I'm on it,
Sharp.
sharp as a tack. And then to go from that to
Mm.
what am I supposed to be doing? Oh, what's going
Well,
on?
look, I go through. Well, I've been going through that for years. In my time, I still go downstairs to this day and be like, "What I come down here for?" That's a whole nother story.
And then I got mean, really mean. I
Ooh.
am a very
Like agitated,
loving,
mean.
not agitated,
Mhm.
like wanna like don't care nothing about you, no empathy. I have a huge heart. I
Mhm.
love people, love helping. And so I got to where I just didn't care about nothing, like on a whole nother
Mhm.
and I was like concerned, called the therapist. I said, something
Something
wrong.
wrong.
I said,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I love helping people. I got to where I
Mhm.
didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to do anything. And I wasn't depressed. I just was just in this really mean. And so that let me know. So what I did was I stepped back and I started reading.
Mhm.
I started paying attention to other things in my body as well. Because that's when I realized I was in perimenopause. So then I started saying, okay, I'm in perimenopause. So what else could be going on? What other things do I need
Mhm.
to be looking out for?
And I like the fact that you pay attention to your body because oftentimes what I hear women say, sometimes myself, we just push through. Oh, it's nothing. We just pushing through, and until it escalates and escalates, and then it's like, oh, gotta go figure out what this is. But it's good that you were proactive
Right.
with it. So I want to talk to the chat for a minute. So how many of you ever ignored what your body was trying to tell you? I need you to put I did or I'm doing it right now or I do. Just let us know. Like I said, I always say this is a no judgment zone. I just
Mm-hmm.
want to know, like, for other people to know that they're not alone. Because like I said, I've already raised my hand. Let me go on and get in the chat and tell you, baby, it's a lot of times, you be like, oh, it's just a little pain right here. It's a little pain on my birth. You're like, oh, it's nothing. It can wait. And then that pain, it may go away for a couple of weeks. And then months later, it comes back. It intensifies. And it's like, we really have to pay attention, really, really have to pay attention to our bodies. So, but I'm gonna ask you this: before going through menopause yourself, what did you actually know about it? Did you know anything about it? Looking back now, you know how, like we said before, it's taboo. You never heard. Like I feel like I've never heard the word
Nothing.
menopause until recently.
I heard the word, but see, I grew up in the country. It wasn't called menopause. It was menopause. It was called the change.
Where you from?
Yep.
Now, okay, now if we gonna say that, I heard older women say the change. Yes,
Yep.
you said the country. Where you from?
Well, so I originally from Danville, Virginia, was where I
Mhm.
grew up at. So a little small town. So
Yes. That's so funny. The change. Yes. So what did
right,
you know? What was you hearing the little whispers about the change?
nothing,
Okay. So
nothing. Everything that I
mhm,
know is from experience and my own personal research, and the fact that I open my mouth and I let other women know,
mhm,
to be aware, look out for this, because I'm gonna be very honest. I have been blessed to finally
mhm.
find an OBGYN, and this is my fifth one
Mm.
Oh wow.
that
Mhm,
has the knowledge
mhm.
and the empathy and compassion for me as his patient. then Dr. Thigpen. Shout out Dr. Thigpen. He is
Hey,
amazing.
come on, Dr. Thigpen. Where is he located? Vanderbilt or?
In Vanderbilt.
Okay, Vanderbilt. Okay, Dr. Thigpen.
He is awesome. And you know, and it was wonderful to talk to him. And then the things that I have researched, he said, yes, he said, and this is going to be after you have your hysterectomy, this is the treatment that we're going to do because this is the best one.
Oh, come on. See, I like it. Now I gotta shout out my doctor, Dr. Holloway. I like a doctor that listens,
Yes.
baby. I know I gotta come over and sing, but we talking about looks
Right.
right now, because baby, Dr. Holloway about to drop me. But that's a whole nother story. Because he said I play too much.
Well, I've been very blessed. I have an amazing PCP. Been my doctor for 20 years. She saw me today when I was up there doing pre-op. Things, and she saw me standing at the lab waiting. She came over and hugged me and everything, and she's been my doctor for 20 years, you know. And so
y'all have a good rapport,
an amazing rapport, and she's the one that recommended Dr. Thigpen to me.
Okay,
so
a doctor that knows how not just recommend your colleagues, but recommend people that are going to be knowledgeable about what I need.
Right. Right.
So what's the biggest myth or misconception about menopause that you want to bust right now?
Oh, the biggest misconception is it doesn't happen.
Oh,
I have talked to a lot of women and said, well, I didn't go through menopause. Oh, contraire, because you just cussed me out a second ago, and now you smiling at me, happy.
Well,
so their mood changes. No, but I'm telling you, the mood changes hit. People don't see it. You know, their body, the weight. Last year you was thin. This year you bigger than me. So you something going on with you. You might want to check it out. So, you know, and then a lot of women that have hysterectomies early in life, they feel like they don't go through it. They still go through a type of menopause, but it's different.
Because I thought once, okay. Now, I mean, like I said, over here, this is not medical advice, not trying, but I thought once your ovaries and stuff, I don't know. Okay, let me say that again. Let's back.
So I had these questions for my doctor. So he's doing a total. Total means taking out all of my female organs. Okay. He says that's going to put me immediately into menopause.
Okay.
So if you take them out and then it's going to put me in menopause,
you might be okay. Okay. Yes. I do know that. And how do I know that? Because I have what do I have? PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I have that, and I remember saying one time, telling the OBGYN, I said, just take it off. She's like, no, you can't do that because you will go in. I did know that. Yes, I remember her saying that because I said, just take it out. I don't need this equipment. And she just started laughing. I told you they say I play too much when I go to the doctor. I'm like, honey, take it out. I don't need it. And I said, is that going to make my stomach be flatter? Because, you know, I'm always swelling up.
No.
But I always tell people, baby, I have to joke when I go to the doctor because my nerves be on 10. I think it's just a coping mechanism for me that I joke around with them because I was like, baby, take all of them. She was like, no, you're too young. And she was like, you sure you don't want to have like kids or anything? And I'm like, girl, take all of this out. But they wouldn't do it. And then I fired her. I mean, I didn't literally fire, but I was like, let me just go get another opinion. Maybe everybody told me the same thing. So I said, you know what? They just ain't just pulling your ovaries and stuff out here. Because I was thinking, you know, they'll get rid of this.
Not anymore. No, not anymore. Yeah, because it's hard on your body. God designed our bodies a certain way for a reason. Okay, so there's nothing in our bodies that could be taken out and it's okay. You're going to have some kind of side effects no matter what it is, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
So I found out that I'm going to have to start use the patch, and it's every 3 months.
Is that a hormonal patch?
It's a hormonal patch. So I am not a big medicine person, so I am going to start I do a lot of natural stuff. And so now I'm going to be starting that journey trying to find a natural replacement because I would rather put that natural,
Now, will you have to work with your OBGYN for the natural ingredients you want to put in your body or the natural herbs that you want to put in your body so you know you're getting what you need as far as the supplements?
I will let him know what I'm doing. I'm actually going to be working with an herbalist and a holistic.
Because I'm just wondering if they would be communicating with them, just to see how that process works.
No, I'm going to tell him what I'm going to do.
Oh, Lord. I knew you was going to be me at the doctor. You just telling the people what you going to do.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I know what medicines and chemicals do to your body over a period of time.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to have to take another medicine because now my liver bad. then I'm gonna have to take another medicine because my blood
To
pressure
counteract
going up.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use what God created on this earth to put it back in my body, and I'm gonna be okay.
Wow.
But I'm gonna use what He gives me because I told Him I want a low dose. And just go from there. But I'm still learning, you know. But the one thing though I do want to say about menopause, about women that are afraid to talk about symptoms, it's embarrassing. It's shameful to say I can't remember stuff, especially when you're very organized. Another thing I found out that a lot of women that no one ever told me about menopause, perimenopause. If you have an undiagnosed ADHD diagnosis, it comes out when you go through perimenopause.
Baby, ain't until the bubble come out of me, cause baby.
Yes, so I'm dealing with that too. Just finding out that I'm ADHD. Always been a very hyper, but I'm high functioning. So if you're a high functioning person, your ADHD is covered up by you being high functioning. But when you go through perimenopause, it attacks your brain too, right? And so what I know for me, because I didn't go to school, but I'm talking about what I'm going through. And when I kept saying something's not right, start doing research because I start looking at. I put all my symptoms in, and it said ADHD. I said, okay, ADHD. Wait a minute, my mama missed some checks.
Now my mama missed some checks, baby. I know my mama missed a whole lot with me.
You know,
baby.
But it helps me.
Still save my life. Half the time I'm doing this podcast, I be ready to jump. Y'all see, they got me restricted now. If y'all watch some of them old episodes, I used to bounce up and I can't sit still to save my life.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, and it gets worse as you get older. So now I have to learn a whole new way of handling things, right? I used to be the most organized person in the world. Now, you know, I tell people, I live here. So come on in here, sit down. It's not nasty. But I got my craft stuff because I love crafting, you know. And so, you know, when I'm crafting, it is just, you know, you can see my mind is all over. But I will say that, you know, learning these things and learning who I am now, I am really embracing and loving.
And it looks good on you. Come on, girl. So what has been the biggest physical change that caught you completely off guard?
Physical change. You know what? For me, it's been the different surgeries I've had to have.
Okay.
Because now I have these scars here. I have a huge scar on my hip. You know, my walk has changed because of I also have. I found out recently I have bulging discs now. And a pinched nerve. So like all of these things have manifested from, like I tell people, me and Perry are not friends. Okay, me and Perry ain't friends.
Say me and Perry ain't friends. So how was I finna start saying yes?
So question. So you said about a pinched nerve. So can a pinched nerve, is that one of the symptoms of peri too?
So because your bones get soft, you go through that period of time where all your bones get soft and all your joints get inflamed. And so you go through, I had periods that it was about 3 months where I could barely get out the bed. I was in so much pain. And I started taking like a lot of ibuprofen because I was in so much pain. And it gave me an ulcer.
I'm going to say that's not safe to do, yes.
And then because I was in so much pain, I know what to do. But then I discovered that any old injuries that you had, because I said I was an athlete, I'm also a domestic violence survivor. And so being, you know, I went through a lot of physical abuse. And at the time, you know, I was younger, body bounced back. But come to find out, I have some old injuries that were reactivated once my bones and got soft in my joints.
It is very interesting that that the body, you know,
remembers.
It remembers. That's what I'm just gonna say. It's almost like how we have triggers. It's like the body has triggers.
Yes.
Oh wow. So beyond the physical symptoms, what has menopause done emotionally and mentally that people don't talk about enough?
It brings on, like I had mentioned earlier, like a shame. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm alone because I'm going through this stuff with menopause, and sometimes I just don't know how to explain it to people because people look at me or they judge me or assume certain things about me. They don't know the girl be struggling over here sometimes. You know, sometimes like I'll cry for no reason or I get emotional about things, and people don't understand that it's not because I want to, you know, it's because that's where I'm at. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even care. I'm at the point where I really don't care if they feel some kind of way or if they are, you know, because I had someone to tell me. I'm sorry.
No. Take your time. This is your story, your journey. If you don't want to talk about something, you don't have to. Just
I just want to help somebody else know
and
it's
that's
okay. You know, if you gotta cry, cry. If it makes somebody else uncomfortable, that's on them.
Yeah.
Let them be uncomfortable.
I'm going through a change in my life that I don't even understand. You know. You know, you go to bed. Some days I get up, I wake up, can't even move. My body is in so much pain for no reason. You know, but
So do you have to take like a multivitamin or anything? Because I know you mentioned like your bones and your joints. Is there something? Because I was gonna say, is there something daily that you can take, like a supplement?
okay, y'all want to hear the crazy thing? That goes away.
So how
So
long?
after the dumping period, your bones strengthen back up, and your joints stop hurting. Yeah, but
This is a great conversation because I'm over here like,
but it leaves you. But during that time, like I told y'all, I broke my foot. My back got messed up, my hip got messed up. It did all of that damage in a very small period of time because I still had to move, I still had to work, so I had to do things, right?
Right.
Not
Because
knowing-
life, like people say, life still goes on.
Life still
As
goes on.
women, we don't have the option. Yes, you got sick days here, but you can't use them all for this. Let's be real.
Because, you know, as a woman, we have aches and pains and things
Right.
too. But when you're going through perimenopause and you don't, you just don't understand. Like your body is not your body. I broke down in the
That's why I said body betrayal. Body betrayal. See, I be coming up with these.
But that's
somebody
the
to have me to produce some shows. Y'all see how I be coming with that wordplay. Told y'all last week. T.I. I need to go over there and go be under T.I.
Right.
Because that wordplay, I need to get some old wordplay up under me. But I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. But see, I had told, when my doctor had, told me I was going to have a hysterectomy, I was, I just told him I'm tired of surgeries. I've had 5 surgeries and 3 different procedures in 2 years.
And I'm about to ask you something. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. So what happens if you elect not to have the hysterectomy? Did the doctor tell you what would happen?
Okay, so because I'm having the bleeding, like I stated before, that's a possible sign of some kind of cancer. They, in order to discover what it is, they have to take the organs out and dissect them to see if there's something more, because you should not bleed after you go 12 months with no bleeding. You should not bleed, and if you bleed, that is your body crying out to you, telling you something's not right.
Wrong.
So if you don't have it, then you don't have it. That's on you. That's your choice.
Okay, this was well, because I know everybody has a choice. I didn't know if they were going to say what the outcome would be. I guess.
Who knows? But I know for me, I don't want to walk around wondering if I have cancer. Then one day I get sick and go to the doctor and tell me I got 2 weeks, and I could have took care of it. And
you thinking in the back of your mind, you don't have any regrets.
Right.
I get it. That makes sense. But I'm gonna go back for a minute because we were talking about the mental aspect of it, and I didn't want to just run through that like I was running track. But mental health it's in the mind, but it's not always happening in the mind. I want people to understand it, because you were saying how yes, it was mental, but it was in other parts of your body. I just want to make sure that we didn't run through that, because a lot of times when we think about mental, we're thinking it's in our head. Sometimes it's your hormones that's affecting your emotions.
Come on, girl. Come on,
it's
girl.
the hormones affecting your emotions. Sometimes we don't even think about this. I'm gonna give y'all another one. You know, when I be sitting up, it's about to get good. It's that exhaustion. That exhaustion is affecting your patience. You know how you were saying people just snapping? It's that exhaustion. That's why I was trying to say, let's go back, because I didn't want to run through that, because a lot of times we just think it's the mental. Oh, I don't have the mental capacity to deal with it. Yeah, you don't. But these are other things that are pushing that mental capacity that we don't think about. Sometimes it's your body that's carrying that's what's inside of you, and your spirit is telling you, I don't understand what's going on either. Your spirit sometimes is like, I don't even understand.
Right.
Like,
Right.
sometimes they just don't understand. Everything has to catch up when it goes back to the body, the hormones, the whole makeup of a woman's body. And sometimes we just like to be like, oh, this person's having a mental meltdown or a meltdown or a crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be, or what's the word they say now? Crashing out. Yes. Sometimes that could be true. But I gotta make sure that I say this. Let's give each other grace, because we gotta stop beating up on ourselves. And we gotta stop beating on our sisters, our mothers, our cousins. We just gotta stop beating up on the females. Yes, somebody, and then I got throwing a little joke. Sometimes you just might be hangry. You know, you might just need throw your sister a little bacon in the morning or something. Maybe she just need a little protein shake. But no, seriously, we have to give each other grace. And not only do we have to give each other grace, we need to allow ourselves grace.
Right.
Just how you had your moment, you allowed yourself that moment. Like, I don't care where I am, what platform I'm on, but if I got to do this, and this is what we're talking about, being real with yourself. Forget who's around. Forget what camera is rolling. At the end of the day, the important thing is that you take care of you the best way you know how.
You know, I do want to say it is one of the hardest things for me was to look in the mirror and realize that I'm not the person I used to be. And not, let me tell you, I knew my body so well. If I had a little dot on my leg, I know where it came from, how long it's been there. And to go from not knowing my body at all, it was scary for me, because I would wake up every day going, what's going to happen next? What's going on now? You know.
So has there ever been a moment where you questioned yourself because of what your body was doing? Maybe your confidence, your patience, even your relationship and your own identity.
Yes, all of that. Because you go from, you know, myself, being a very confident woman, right? And I'm very secure in who I am and love me. Going from that, because I knew me, to not knowing nothing about me. So it's like, so what I had to do was I had to, you know, go on and cleanse that soul, cry it out.
I was just going to ask you that. Did it make you grieve the woman you used to be?
Yes.
Look, I was just going to say, oh, that's giving me a question.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I had to say, okay, Latoya, let's embrace who we are now. Yes. Who are we? What is, you know, these things are going to happen.
Yeah.
So how can we, you know, welcome this new thing that's happening to us, right? And just like everyone keeps telling me about, oh, girl, don't worry about it. You know, you're having this hysterectomy. I get that. But what y'all don't understand is you looking at a woman that didn't have no medical problems, right? To now I turned 50 and everything, poop just hit the fan.
So yours started at 50?
The side effects. Like I started like, you know, some symptoms earlier, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that, you know, having brain fog or, you know, getting irritated real fast. I didn't know that this was, I'm thinking because I was going through some things in my personal life, I'm thinking it's them folks that was getting on my nerves, right?
The stress.
I didn't realize that my body was actually getting ready to encounter something, right? So now that I understand that, I embrace that. And I do my best to encourage the women around me. I'll be like, hey, sis, went to the doctor lately, you know, and just talk to them. And even down to the hair thinning. That's why I used to wear braids all the time, 20 something years. And when I realized that my hair was, no matter what I did, it just kept thinning and thinning, right? Another effect from domestic violence, being attacked by my ex-husband and his mother. They pulled my hair out. And they pulled my hair out in the middle. So now I have a spot in the middle. And I used to be so embarrassed about it. So I wore braids. But as I got older and just going through this perimenopause, it got thinner.
Oh, so it started bleeding.
Well, no, it got thinner. And I said, everybody can see it. But then I said, wait a minute. It's a crown.
Oh, come on.
Because, baby,
it's a crown on your head. Shout out Cameo Bobo.
Because I'm going to tell y'all, everything we've been through, that's our story. And the only person that can tell our story, can't nobody tell it like we can, right?
That's why I always say, tell your story for somebody else try to tell it.
Exactly. Because they're going to get it wrong.
They're going to get it wrong. They're going to throw a little and a on it.
Well, because they don't understand it. People think that when you talk about things like domestic violence or you talk about mental health, that you're looking for pity, right? No, 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 no. This is to educate you,
Yeah.
because guess what? That beautiful relationship that you in, that when you come outside the house, when you go back home, what's really going on, baby girl?
Behind them closed doors.
You know, what's really happening with your life? You know, you could say, I don't, that's why I decided that I'm going to love me.
Mm-hmm.
This whole journey with perimenopause and menopause is
Unapologetically.
tough. It's tough.
Mhm.
You know, put one day have an outfit. I've tried on 5 outfits.
To come here today?
Cause I'm gonna tell you, I put on something
Uh,
and it looked good, and then I put it on the next day and it's too big or it's too tight.
but that's my story with this. Well, now it's been diagnosed with. I've been diagnosed with what I got, lymphedema.
Yeah.
But that was my issue when I was talking about the part. Like I would always swell up here too. So one day some fits, sometimes stuff. Yeah, that's a whole nother issue. But yeah, so I can feel you on that. When stuff, I be like, well, darn, what am I wearing today? Why? Yes. So just imagine going through that your whole 20s into 30. It's just like, what is going on? So I never knew from one day to the next. I just had to give in and just like let my body do what it was gonna do.
Yeah. Well, see, that's my reason why I have so many clothes.
And,
I need some.
and you're in the closet, and the closet is open. Shameless plug, theclosetexperience.com. Go on over there, get you 10% off the code podcast. It's PODCAST. You like I just did that.
Yes, I did.
Well, you know what? Seriously though, somebody needs to hear that.
Yeah.
So, listener land, if you ever had to mourn the old version of yourself while learning to embrace
Mhm.
the new you, I need you to type grace in the comments because that requires a whole lot of grace.
Mhm.
So, do you think society prepares women for aging, or does it almost make women feel invisible once they reach a certain stage in life?
Oh, you know what? Not invisible,
Mm-hmm.
shameful.
Okay.
Because see, they point out you're not invisible because they too busy pointing out all your flaws.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, you need to gain weight. I had this guy when I was single for a little
Mhm.
period of time. He goes, well, you would be perfect if you had no stomach. I said, I'd be perfect. I ain't had you.
Ooh, oh, what you said.
So,
Mhm.
you know, the society is quick to say, oh, well, she's too sensitive and she's this and she's that. Okay, I am. And you are too, but you hide yours.
Ooh, come on. Tell the truth to shame the devil.
Right.
Uh-huh,
But you know what? Instead of you talking about me, won't you come over here and hug me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, society, like you said, you know, the whole thing with the whole sisterhood, right?
Mhm.
The other thing I started doing is I started seeing my sisters, right, and loving on them, slipping them a note saying you're beautiful today, giving them a hug. Strangers, you know, I see a mom out with a kid and she just, you know, she at her wits end. Because I have 4 myself. Praise God, they're grown.
I was gonna say grown.
But
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think
God.
your kids are grown.
But
Uh-huh.
I go over and hug her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a dad at Walmart one day. His little baby was screaming. He was trying to get something done over electronics.
Mm-hmm.
And the other little kid just looking like, I was just baby, shut up. The baby just screamed. I stopped what I was doing. I went over there and I said, can I help you with your baby? And I just stood there. The baby just want to be held because it'd be, you know, of course, somebody probably hold him all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stood there as long as it took him to handle his business,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what we need to do is support and love each other. It don't matter if you're black, white, it doesn't matter.
We all are going through. If you can act like you're not going through if you want, but we all have something that we're dealing with.
We are.
And we got to stop pretending like, you know, it's good to say, you don't all the time need everybody in our business, but sometimes we just have to be real with ourselves. Like, you know, we're going through something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. It is really okay.
And you don't have to tell them. You can have a tear. You can be crying or whatever. You don't have to tell somebody what's wrong. If somebody just come up to you and hug you, you ain't got it. Because I'm gonna be honest, I got no problem. I really don't want to hear yours because I got too much. I got so much going on, but I can hug you and I can
make it all right.
Because I got too much. You know, the brain is on full right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I can be there to put a smile on my face, tell you a little joke, you know, laugh.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, but sometimes that's all it takes.
And that's really true. Sometimes that is all we need. So for husbands, partners, children, and family members watching tonight, what do you wish they understood about what women are experiencing during menopause?
That we are going through a tough period in our life right now. And when we have to say no to you,
Mhm.
it's not necessarily because we are being mean to you or we are being selfish. It's because we're taking care of ourselves. Because as a woman, and I'm just gonna say for myself,
Mhm.
being a mother of four, having two ex-husbands, and I've always taken care of the people. And so I realized that because I've always taken care of other people, there's some things I missed, right?
Mm.
And so now I'm in this period of going through this perimenopause that
Mhm.
needs my full attention. I have to be on it because I'm gonna tell you, if I get caught slipping,
Mhm.
it kind of takes me down a spiral. So I have to make sure that I take any medications I need to take, that I'm staying healthy, that I struggle with sleep. I have insomnia like you wouldn't believe. I don't want to got sleeping medicine that don't work. I've been to the what's that
The
everywhere to do
when they do the
everything.
CPAP study or the sleep
No,
study,
I
whatever.
don't have that. No,
Okay.
but it's not that. It's insomnia from perimenopause.
Mhm.
Oh,
And I would later, I'd be so tired, I'd go to sleep, and I'd be right back up in an hour. And so that's why I started making jewelry. Because I said, let me do something. Let me do something with my
Is that what
hands.
you? Hey, y'all. She bought this bag in here, and I did not open it up. So when you said that, I'm like, is that what you make? Now, see, I love when guests come bringing me gifts. I'm just gonna. We gonna take a commercial break. 'Cause I want to see what's in.
That's a card.
Okay, that's
right
a
there.
card.
The green thing is a little card.
Okay. Look, I like goodies.
Yeah, I'm a gifter.
Okay. And let me put my good eyes on. Qiana, thank you for inviting me on your show. Oh, you are more than I like a people. Oh, wait a minute. I see some bling. Wait a minute.
so cute.
These are cute. Okay, wait a minute. Keys Creations. What they got?
Yes, Keys Creations.
Is it online?
It's on Facebook.
On Facebook. KEYS Creations with a K.
Yes.
KREATIONS. And we'll let you plug it again. Can y'all see those? Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm finna be cute. Ooh, it match what I got on
It
right
does.
now. Ooh, I'm finna be cute.
And
So,
yeah.
y'all gotta step y'all game up when y'all come up here. That means y'all got to be bringing me some goodies. I like gift cards. I like gifts. I like all of that. Okay, now we're back from, yes, go ahead.
Nope, we got a few comments in the chat
Okay.
from Charlene. She commented Grace, since you asked about commenting Grace.
Yes, Grace.
And yeah, she was saying, yes, that's, some of the things, what you were saying, yes, we are. That's what we're experiencing. And,
Yes.
and you know that we all need that, the hugs, the love, and the support.
Because I know some days I just be needing hugs. I just be like, Lord, this life and the weight on my shoulders, like it's just making it sink down. Sometimes you're right, we just need a hug. Yes. So I want to ask the men watching tonight, what's one thing you've learned tonight that you honestly never knew before? Just drop it in the comments. Because it could just be simple as, didn't know women went through all of that. Sometimes y'all just think we mean. Right. Come on. No, they just be thinking we mean, but it's not. Sometimes it's just these emotions that we're going through, these hormones. It's all of this. You see how she dealing with. So, woo.
And I'm gonna say, I have to shout out my boo. I call him my person.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I will say I'll be going off about absolutely nothing, right? But to me, it's like it's a catastrophe. And he'll just sit there and look at me. He say, "Can I talk?"
Like he needs permission. Like, let me make sure the hurricane is calmed down.
Yeah, like, you done? Okay, we gonna finish watching this movie. And so I love him so much for that, and that he doesn't judge me for what I'm going through.
He's a gentle, just gentle with what you're going through.
He's so and he's so protective of me. If I'm something's going on and someone attacks me verbally or does something to me, he's so defensive about it. So I have to be careful what I tell him. But he really makes sure that I take care of myself, and I love him, appreciate it. And I just encourage the men that are watching this, if you don't do nothing else, send your woman to go do something for herself. Give her, pay for her to have a little spa day. Bring her something that she likes to eat or something that she likes to, a little gift card or something, because letting her know that she is important and that she is special.
That she's loved no matter what.
Matter of fact, when she cook, next time she cook for you, eat all the food. Eat everything on the plate.
Yes.
Another comment from Charlene is learning yourself all over again.
Yes.
And she talks about it now, and to all the ladies that are younger than her as well. So it's good that we're having this conversation.
Yes, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna piggyback somewhere on that. So, do you think women spend too much time, I guess, trying to fix menopause instead of learning how to navigate it?
They don't spend time trying to fix it because they know nothing, and we've been taught from our mothers and grandmothers to not ask questions, right? And so I think that women waste too much time not learning about it, because one thing they don't realize, you gonna go through it.
Yes.
Whether you want to or not.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to be aware of what's going on. No, your symptoms may not be as bad as mine. Your symptoms may be worse.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to know. And then too, when you're around your friends and the other women that you love, being able to recognize it, to help them to understand. So I don't think that they pay enough attention, because we were never taught to do that. And it's okay to sit down and read something or pay attention. I don't know if you saw the show that Halle Berry and Oprah and all of them had did about period. It's been about a year
I've
ago.
heard about it, but I hadn't seen it. Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I really loved about it, because she was sharing an experience that she had. I had that same experience, and I said, "Oh my gosh!" Because just things like vaginal dryness.
Yep, and we're gonna get into that. That was menopause can affect intimacy, desire, and even how women see themselves. That's something people rather discuss openly. Like you said, they just happen to be on a platform where they discuss it. So how has that particular season affected you in your relationship? If you don't mind.
No. I don't mind at all. I'm very transparent.
You took us right into our next question. Come on now.
When I figured out what it was, because at the time the guy I'm with now, I wasn't with him. I was with somebody else, and I said, something ain't right now, because I ain't never had nothing now. We ain't starting now, And so what I discovered, like I said, I went back to reading and researching and figuring out, and I discovered that dryness is not dry. Like you hear that, but it's other side effects, it's other things, and it all boils down to your pH balance.
pH balance. Okay.
We're not taught about pH balance.
Yep.
Never.
We just started seeing on social media, you need these washes, you need this. We got some in the chat.
Yep, another one just said also it could be itchy skin and phantom smells.
Yes. The pH balance is something serious. And so learning what works for you, because there's so many things out there for pH balance. I personally like the natural stuff.
Okay.
And
so if you don't mind telling us what
Uro.
it is.
So it's a pink jar, and it's URO, and it's natural. And it works great for me. And honestly, once I got it under control, I don't have to take it all the time. Some women have to take it all the time, but I am very aware when I'm off.
Is this suppository, like what, or is it a
No, what I take is a pill.
Okay, it's a pill. Okay.
They do have some suppositories that work good, but I don't. For me, I'm not into the feeling gushy and all that. That was just uncomfortable to me, right? So I said, let me find something else that I can take that'll be, and that's natural. Because see, those suppositories, what would they do to you long term? I kind of think like that, because I never want to take anything that I have to take for the rest of my life. Especially if it's not natural. Because eventually your body's not gonna be able to break that chemical down.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So what has been the biggest game changer for your daily comfort? Whether it's a lifestyle change, a habit, a product, because you just talked about a product, any supplements, and I know you said you were going to go speak with the holistic doctor. Yes. Have you had to go to therapy or anything like that, or nutrition classes?
I've always done therapy because being a domestic violence survivor, the mental health, I always understood how important it was, right? So the therapy part was under control. The one thing now, I was just very different. I never had like hair on my arm, under my arms, on my legs and stuff. I started, and I still don't get it, but I started having my body odor change. Like your pH balance changes, your body odor as you get older, it changes. And I was like, who is what in the world? And I was like, oh my God. So I learned I had to change my deodorant, so antiperspirant. So then I had to, so different things I've had to change and adjust because my body started changing. So just that aspect, there was, for me, it was I kind of feel like a teenager again because it's kind of like all of these new things happening. You know, it's been very different, but just making sure that I've tried different things because I try one thing, I'm like, I don't think this work as well, or and then going from that to something else, and now I'm at the point I've been going through this now almost 3 years.
Okay.
The serious stuff for the past 3 years. So now, I'm very comfortable now. I know what to keep. I know I need to have extra stuff on me. I know how it feels when my pH balance is off. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you take time to learn what pH balance is and learn to recognize when yours is off, because you can be that it can be off when you're not going through perimenopause or anything. And but we're not taught these things as women. I don't know when or why if we as women don't teach our younger women.
Because I know sometimes different soaps or different things I can use it. You be like, whoa, what? That's not for down there. Like
right.
that don't agree with me. Like yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like even the stuff they say that's made for that, it's not necessarily. Don't work for everybody. Just knowing what works for your body. Because I the one thing, and I'm very vocal, so I don't get it as much as other people do, but people be very careful on letting other people push their thoughts and their ways and their things on you. If it doesn't work for you, advocate for yourself at all times. This is your body. This is your journey, what you're going through. Advocate for yourself with the doctor. Advocate for yourself with your family and with your friends.
Makes sense.
And with your mate. Advocate for you because you know what you need.
Yeah, most definitely. That's why I always say, you know you, or you need to get to know you so you can know you.
Right.
There was a lot of you. So for the women watching tonight who's experiencing hot flashes, brain fog, anxiety, exhaustion, or emotional changes, but is embarrassed to talk about it, what would you say directly to her?
I would say find a safe space. If you're going through it, you got a friend that's going through it too. Get together with that friend. Talk about it. Be honest with your doctor. If the doctor doesn't listen, find one that does listen, and just do some research so that you will be knowledgeable about what's going on with you, because I think that's the biggest thing. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is power, and if you don't have it, then you don't have what you need to get through this thing. So yeah. And you know what, and I do want to say there's one symptom people never talk about: cold flashes. I have cold flashes. When I tell y'all, I thought I was going crazy.
Oh, you know what? Is that what I be saying? Wait a minute. Y'all see
how these cold flashes look?
Because I go from hot to cold, like
your bone, like you cold to the bone, like you can't get warm.
Like I be in the car, like nobody wants to ride in the car with me, because like if you was to get in the car with me right now, I'd probably cut my heat on 90, and you'd be like, Negro, it's 110. I said, where's we riding with? Baby, I love some heat. Baby, and I was my electric blanket. I can't wait to go home shower and get up.
Still sleeps with her electric blanket.
I got to have my
hot as it is.
That's probably why my love life going. I'm just playing. We good. Because I don't need y'all trying. Because I still. Okay, I just done went somewhere else. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wrap this up now.
Okay, I'm sorry. See, that's why they love me over here. Because I would see that's that ADHD. I was about to take this conversation somewhere, but I did good for most part of this show, didn't I?
Yeah,
I did good. So I'm gonna ask you to fill in the blank.
Okay.
Menopause didn't take my blank, it gave me blank.
Menopause didn't take my strength, it gave me power.
Ooh, I like that. Say that one more time.
Menopause didn't take my strength, it gave me power.
I like that. So I'm gonna ask you just one final thing. Before we wrap up tonight, if you could leave every woman watching with one final message about embracing this season instead of fearing it, what would that message be?
You are not alone.
I like that.
No matter what how you feel, what you think, what people tell you, you are not going through this by yourself. It don't matter how cute you see the next woman on the street or whatever she's going through. Every woman at a certain age is going through some form of perimenopause or menopause. They're just, like I said, ashamed, or they've been put in such a platform where they have to look perfect or put on a perfect image. But you best believe when they get behind closed doors, they are breaking down. So just know you're not alone.
You say when they get behind closed doors.
My fan.
Look, when they get behind closed doors, they like it. Whoo, let me snatch all these eyelashes. Whoo,
Yes.
they down for the count.
Yeah, so just know that. And that's all I want to know.
Thank you so much for your transparency, your honesty, and your willingness to share your story, because this is your journey. You're living it now. And I like that you were willing to come sit over here on the blue velvet couch and to share that story. Because so many women desperately need it. Like, I think it's time out. Like, we celebrate everything else. Let's celebrate menopause. Let's like make it a celebration and embrace it. Because like you said, it's inevitable. Like you're going to go through it. It's going to happen. You're going to get some form of it. So we might as well embrace it. So then before I let you go, tell the people again where they can shop.
Okay. It's Keys, KEY'(s) Creations, and that's KREATIONS, and that's on Facebook. I just started, and so it's like my earrings. I make those. One of my biggest focus is using upcycled denim to make an accessory. So yes, I kind of got obsessed with denim a couple of years ago. So yes,
I love it. So if tonight's conversation encouraged you, educated you, or made you feel seen, don't just like this live, share it. There's another woman sitting in the bathroom. Yes, she's sitting in her bathroom. That could be even tonight. Sitting in her office, sitting in her bedroom, wondering, what's wrong with me? She's probably looking at that mirror and saying, what's wrong with me? Tonight, she deserves to know she's not alone. She deserves answers, support, compassion. She's simply entering another chapter. So sometimes you just have to tell your sister, you just simply enter another chapter. It's going to be okay. Tonight's conversation is meant to educate, encourage, and empower, but it's not a substitute for medical advice. Every woman's journey is unique. If you're experiencing symptoms that concern you, please talk with your healthcare provider or a qualified menopause specialist. You deserve answers, you deserve support, and you definitely deserve compassionate care. And you don't have to navigate this season alone. I want to say that 1,001 times. You do not have to navigate things alone. We have to be open to finding support groups to really help us, because a lot of time I say, women, we navigate, like you said, we're too embarrassed, we're ashamed, all of these stigmas upon us. Tonight that ends. Embrace yourself. And let's jump into this real talk. Tonight reminded me of something that I hope every woman watching carries with her long after this live ends. Sometimes we mistake change for brokenness. We think because our body doesn't respond the way it used to, because our energy has shifted, because our emotions feel different. Somehow we have become less than who we used to be. But here's the truth. Just because your body is changing doesn't mean your purpose is. Just because one season has ended doesn't mean your value has. And just because life looks different doesn't mean God is finished writing your story. Because sometimes we want to give up on ourselves because things just don't look. Some things might not sit up like they used to. That's okay. And just because life looked different, let God finish writing your story. See, I believe we spent too much time calling it body betrayal, Latoya, when maybe it's really body transition. Every season of our life requires a different version of us. Sometimes it just needs a simple reset. We don't mourn the woman we no longer called to be. We honor her. We thank her for getting us this far. And boldly embrace the woman we're becoming. So here's my challenge to every woman watching tonight. Stop fighting every season of your life. Learn from it, grow from it, heal through it, because healing doesn't begin when everything feels good. Healing begins the moment you stop suffering in silence and start giving yourself permission to be seen, heard, and supported through everything you're going through. I need y'all to let that sink in. And I didn't forget about the husbands, the sons, the brothers, the daughters, the friends watching tonight. Don't just hear the women in your life. Listen to them. Sometimes the greatest act of love isn't having all the answers. It's simply creating a safe space where someone feels understood. Just like Latoya said her man does. Listen, Lane, if tonight's conversation blessed you, encouraged you, educated you, or reminded you that you're not alone, don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with another woman. Sometimes healing may begin because of you sharing this episode. Don't forget to press that share button. Come on, hit that share button. Subscribe to the I Am Qiana Scales YouTube channel and help us continue spreading messages that empower, inspire, and transform lives. This isn't just a podcast, it's a whole movement. And I want you in the room every time I go live. It's a healing zone over here. This is the I Am Qiana Scales podcast, where truth meets transformation, real talk, real people, and relevant conversations. No gossip, just gems. Until next time, don't just talk about it, be about it. Hey, bye, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Yes, it's a good episode. Yes. And I will tag you.